Hello guys, it's me, Mythos, back at it again with yet another WAN, the World Arm Wrestling News Morning Report. And yes, I did miss yesterday's evening report, I know. But that means that we'll have a fat morning report today, so keep it up, stay with me, and let's check it right here. Booyakasha, Bogdanos Stoika. How to flop if you need to. So this is of course a technical breakdown by a technical master and a marvel of the sport, the maestro, the specialist. He's telling you how to flop. As you can see in this position, he's showing a very effective way of pulling, and he's grabbing low and he's doing that to not block the view of the camera. Go check that video out if you want to know more about the technique. He does go into very good detail. So I'ma let him do the talking. Check it out, Bogdan Stoika. On to the next one. Booyakasha. Armor breakdown. I still love your stuff, mate. Keep at it, keep going. Did Hermes pull John out of retirement? Nani da kore? So, this coming from Hermes Gasparini's video he made a couple of days ago, where he was out and about talking about his visit in Utah or Colorado. I always get them confused. But yeah, he was out there and he was with John Brezink for a couple of days. And he says that he saw a spark in his eyes. So yeah, go into the video, like and subscribe like always to Arm Breakdown. He's doing great coverage. And also write down in these comments and in that video what you believe about John Brezink. Do you think that he's coming out of retirement? Or perhaps he will just be a commentator? Let us know what you think. I think myself that he's perhaps looking a bit frail, and I think that Brezink will probably be better suited as like behind the scenes kind of guy, where he's at the events promoting and pulling a bit. Or if we throw him against people that are quite new to the sport, like say Brian Shaw, he is a bit high level perhaps right now for John, but still people of that caliber that are just coming in just to create hype and create exhibition matches, you know? That being said, on to the next one. Booyakash! Wagner Bortolato received the Insane Motorcycle Club. So into Wagner Bortolato's channel and like and subscribe. Here, it's basically practice pulling, and this moment for me was one of my favorites, so I will let you check it out. Oh, I just noticed. Maybe you can't hear them actually. Why? Okay, too bad. I will explain. So he's talking with a new guy and he's explaining a bit of technique where you need to cup your wrist in and then you need to try to pronate a bit and then use your connection to drag with the elbow out of the pad and attack the opponent's fingers. And he's talking about how important the rise is. And it's really cool to see new people getting into arm wrestling, getting taught the technique and getting better with progressive overload, you know? And then a funny moment directly after this happened. So after they pull for just a bit, Wagner Bortolato comes and he's like, okay, now show me what you got, boy, show me what you got. Show it to me, show it. Yeah, so it's really nice. Wagner is on a streak. And talking about being on a streak, we have Siplinkov versus Akperov. So, Vadim Akperov, I think this is Akperov, in the channels Bodymania, Siplokvden, Iron World and Iron Rating, they released this video and it's all about Vadim's comeback. So he was previously a great arm wrestler. He took a small little break from arm wrestling because of injury and because of other life stuff, but now he's back on the professional level, not fully recovered. He still has problem with his ligaments and tendons, but he's feeling good enough so he can pull, as you can see right here. and he's not too bad at all. I think he'll do greatly in the Armtira event, and the Armtira event is also going to be really good, I believe. They discuss a bit about the event, and then they discuss also about Vadim's comeback, and then if I understood it correctly, they will do like a joint combination where Armtira and like Fight Night, if I'm not mistaken, they will put a table after the event is finished, after the fighting will be finished. They will put a table in the middle of like an octagon, and they will have like the audience around, and some really big arm wrestlers from Russia will be attending, so they will be arm wrestling on those tables. So that's really interesting, and I think there will also be a crossover fight between arm wrestling blogger, if I understood it correctly, and then a previous football player. They will have like a boxing exhibition or something like that to promote the sports. So that's kind of cool. Talking about cool, Booyakasha! The Ginger Goat is back with a vengeance, and this time it's all about Rickard Borman versus Lars Rohrbacken. And here he has, oh, what's his name? I just said it. Rickard. He has Rickard as a slight favorite, a slight edge, because he believes that Rickard will have the strength needed and perhaps even the technical efficiency, whilst Lars Rohrbacken really has that sticky King's move, and he believes that Rickard Borman can actually work through that King's move because he has trained in sparring with King's movers. And then the only concern will be if Rickard will end up in like a King's move or something like that. Lars Rohrbacken has a really effective press. So he believes because of Lars Rohrbacken's extreme ends, that's what will make this match very difficult, but he still believes that Rickard Borman can take this. And then of course he goes into further detail. It's fun to see Ryan back with his technical breakdowns. So go and check it out if you want to learn more and get a bit more of an in-depth view on stuff. That being said, on to the next one. The Levan Sagnashvili problem. Like and subscribe to the OG Arm Wrestling News. Here, we are thus continuing the discussion, and I made like a live stream a couple of days ago about the Levan Sagnashvili problem. I think that Pradeep was a bit nicer than I was in my video. He's basically talking about how Levan is getting very strong and even technically proficient. He has shut down all the tricky lanes. He has beat Devon's King's move. He stopped him from being able to get to that position. He has stopped Hermes' really effective top roll that he has, and even Jerry's flop. So he doesn't believe that Levan has any remaining holes in his game that can be exposed by an arm wrestler. And then he's so strong that he will probably have to retire in order to like have certain higher competition on the high end. That was Pradeep's thoughts. My thoughts remain that Levan should actually pull more frequently, because to only pull one match or two matches max, I don't think you are really being tested. Because whilst everybody is pulling like 2, 3, perhaps even 4 matches in a year, and you get to rest and only pull like once, maximum 2 times, I think that is a bit unfair to the rest of the competition. But I'm not the league, and I'm just a viewer. I would really love to see more Levan, and I will really like more of the people actually challenging Levan. Because right now I feel like the rest of the top 5 rankings, they can also be a bit more aggressive with trying to get a match with Levan, but everybody seems to be like semi not prepared enough or semi like out of it. They really want everything to be perfect. But I think if they get the jump on him, that eventually we might see a bit more chinks in his armor. And apparently East vs West actually wants to put Levan to compete more. Not only in the December event, maybe even earlier than that. That being said, talking about people that are training hard and trying to chase Levan, Booyakasha. Hermes Gasparini, like and subscribe. So he's talking about the training system that he has. I think there is also a link here in the description below. So you can go and get his new regime where you train as Hermes Gasparini. And there are a lot of different exercises that he has made specifically tailored for this program. And of course, he goes through all these exercises and all these positions very efficiently, very effectively, so that you do not miss on anything. And it's Hermes speaking with technical breakdown. So if you are interested to learn more about quality, top roll, my friend, then you go and check out that program. And talking about quality, booyakasha, the man of the myth of the Tom. Like and subscribe, Skinny Alizan was a beast. So this also an analysis of Alizan Muratov back in 2019 when he was competing both right and left. He basically decimated everyone on the left arm that day. And then he had really interesting matches on the right arm. So his right arm, even though it's torn and damaged, he still could put up really good fights. So yeah, Alizan Muratov is not to be underestimated. And this creates even more hype for the Morozov match, because we don't exactly know how good Morozov will be that day because of the injury. That being said, go and check out Tom's video for further analysis on how he pulled. As always, I'm just covering the vital specifics of these videos. Now, booyakasha! Concrete elbow. Vitaly will Kingsmove Devon. Rest in peace, Step Lad. So yeah, they posted in Instagram this Bobilev Nikolai. Basically a bit of training with Vitaly Laletin, and he got in this type of position. And then Concrete Elbow is going through it all, how the match could go and how they could end up in a similar position. So go watch Concrete Elbow's opinions on this. It's basically a bit of fun combined with coverage as always, so always great stuff to see. On to the next one, booyakasha. A live stream with the Wild Horse. So Matt Mask releases the live discussion, and he's talking, this is basically a continuation after the stem cell therapy video that he made. So he's explaining exactly how this whole process will go. He will need to wait a couple of days without training really hard so that the whole damages that he has on both arms can heal. And then he's also going through a bit of East versus West on Canada, that it might be coming to Toronto, I think he said, because the athletes currently are really having trouble getting visas, the Eastern European athletes. It's really difficult to get them to Canada, and that's why we haven't seen an event in Canada yet. Then when it comes to his matches, his dreams, he really wants to pull Yoshi Kanai right now, and he would also like to get a chance to pull Oleg Petrenko in like 1 year for that title shot at 105. And then he doesn't really have any particular dreams for the super heavyweights, but if they would offer him a match like Kamil Jablonski, he'd take it, because why not? And Matt Mask is more keen in really becoming and cracking that 105 title and getting it back to the US. And then he was discussing that after a couple of title defenses, he will perhaps consider going up to the 115 category. That's basically the most interesting points. And of course, he's going through a bit more live stuff as well that you could check when you go and watch the live stream. And he goes also a bit more in depth about the stem cell treatments. That being said, talking about strong, goated people, there is only one goat, the modern era goat, Mindaugas Tarasaitis. Like I said, I didn't watch it live yesterday, but I did see it now. And although there weren't that much stuff that are like mind-blowing, he did talk about of strategy when it comes to the Makarov match and how he's training currently, and he also went through the vitamins and the supplements that he takes. So if people are interested in that type of stuff, this live stream is definitely for you. And then he was also talking about not taking creatine anymore. That was something that he did back in the day, but right now it's not really working for him. He might try it out in a later match. And that's pretty much it. He did also have a bit general discussion about how he feels about Arthur Makarov in the lightweight category in general. So go and watch the GOAT, and he'll explain it in the most epic way possible. So on you go. And then Kamilo Jablonski. So I've seen this video and all the thing is in Polish, and unfortunately it wasn't translated, so I didn't understand anything. And the format, as well, as you can see, it's like almost this Instagram format, but it's still like 69. So I don't know what happened in the conversion, so it was a bit weird and difficult to see all the details. But they are basically lifting together with this Larry. They're doing weights and then talking and having fun with each other. Although I didn't understand what they were on about. But I will translate it for the evening report, and I will explain a bit more what happened until then, basically. So, on to the next one. Talking about translations. Booyakasha. Here we go. This is from the Gob channel. Like and subscribe. And we have, oh yeah, and I forgot to say, this is in Kamil Jablonski's channel, the whole bench lifting and the talk that they had. So in the Gob channel, we have this podcast. I haven't seen it, unfortunately, because it's very long. But they are basically interviewing the main man, Kirill Sarichev. I always butcher his surname. So they are talking about him and his career and where he's at. And I'm not really sure exactly what it's all about. I'm at the beginning, but I will also cover this a bit more during the evening report. And lastly, I would like to remind you all of the fix. In 10 hours, we'll see the Wild Horse with Neil Pickup. So this is the preview, where arm wrestling comes to talk. Next up, we have Devon Larratt, 34 hours remaining. We'll get to see the exclusive interview again in Neil Pickup's channel. And of course, we have the man, the Hollywood Matt Connolly. And he's also doing this live, 37 hours remaining with Katie Hanke. So all of the links to these lives will be in the description, so you can check them out. And you can stay tuned for those ones. And I'll keep updating the countdown as we go. Finally, it wouldn't be a complete Mythos Arts video if I didn't do the thing you know about. If I didn't plug the league, the main organization, Booyakasha, East vs West Arm Wrestling. Back at it again with yet a new card. The right arm heavyweight world title, Dave Chafee versus Ivan Matyusenko. This is gonna be an intense match. I believe that it will be closer than many of the Western athletes want to believe. I don't think it will be straight to the side by Dave Chafee. I don't think he's that strong. I think he's really strong, but I also think that Ivan is very sticky in that King's move. So I see this as a war, and if it becomes a total blowout, I will be really impressed. And in that case, Dave Chafee truthfully will be lethal in this category if not someone from the super heavyweights goes down. Someone like Michael Todd or Devon Larratt, for example. All that being said, of course, Booyakasha. You can get the East vs West 23 pay-per-view to check out matches like Dave Chafee, and you can also see Vitaly versus Devon and Leonidas versus Brian Shaw. You can also get the season pass, and then you will see all the matches for this coming year. And of course, you can use 5% off the code MythosArts, and that's pretty much it. All the links down below, as always. And with all that being said, I will see you around. Peace out. Booyah!